I'm back, and I just love my Valentine's Day balloons. They're so pretty. So hello everybody. I'm sorry for my hiatus. You know, I just wanted to do a bit of a talking video today, not necessarily ASMR, even though I'm going to try to speak low, but I can't necessarily call it ASMR because that would kind of be misleading now, wouldn't it? And sorry, I'm a little sick also. That's also happening. Yay, love my life. Anywho, yeah, no, I don't know. I've kind of had a little bit of a few unmotivational kind of, not very, what's the right word? Uplifting few weeks. I've been kind of feeling very not confident, very insecure, and I know we all go through those periods of times in our lives, young, old, woman, man, girl, boy, teenager, adult. We all have those phases in our lives. But yeah, it's kind of, I've always struggled with low self-esteem since I can remember. It's always been a struggle for me. And, you know, I think the first step in solving a problem is admitting it. So I could admit that. I just have to work towards healing and learning to love myself. It's a very hard journey. It's not a very, there's no manual on it. There's no time limit. It's just, you're going to grow till the end of time, or till the end of your life, not till the end of time. No one could reach their full potential, easily. We all have a path written for us, and you could choose to live your life the way you want to, despite the path that's written for you. You could do little alterations and fix it up. And even if you're religious, I always say, yes, praying is important, and it's very, very important. I mean, I'm religious, but praying is very important in my life and people around me's lives. But what I like to say is, you also have to have the willpower to want to change. And yes, praying is amazing and it's great, and it gives a lot of people hope and faith and belief, and that's amazing. But there's also a time where you need to help yourself, and you need to pave your own path. You need to work towards your goals and your passions. And yeah, so for me personally, I've been doing a lot of comparing with other girls. I'm guilty of that. Yeah, it's been a weird few weeks. I've just spent a lot of time on Instagram, and that leaves anyone kind of stressed, to say the least. And of course, it's not just Instagram. Social media could be very beneficial and could be great at times, but it's all up to you to make it great. And you could abuse it. You could definitely misuse social media, and I feel like I've been doing that for these past few weeks, whether it's girls I know in real life, and I'm just like, ooh, they're prettier than me, or they have a better life than me, they've been traveling all these places, or yeah, it's pretty much those two that I compare with. And there's just been this specific girl that I've been kind of unhealthily comparing myself to, and it was driving me crazy. I mean, it was so unhealthy, and yeah, it was so weird. And I was just like, oh, people think she's pretty, and I was comparing my features to hers, and oh, she has more friends than me, she gets more likes and comments than me. It was of course, saying it out loud sounds crazy. It sounds like, what are you, like 12? But yeah, that was my real life thought processes for a few weeks now. It was so unhealthy, and you know, it's it's tough. It's been tough. It's, of course, it's something that I need to work on. You know, even if it's not this girl, it could be another girl 2 weeks later. You know, it's not about who the person is and how better their life or their looks are. It's me, and me finding the need to compare. That's the problem. Yeah, I acknowledge that. Just need a tissue. But yeah, you know, I could acknowledge that. So yeah, I've just been kind of dwelling on myself, dwelling on those negative thoughts, and yeah, I've been this way since high school, to be honest. It's always been on and off, self pitying, comparing a lot to other girls. In high school was more so of like the popular ones and how much better grades they have, how many more friends they have, how much more involved than me they were, how successful they were, and all that. And I stopped for a while, but I find myself now doing the same thing to random girls I used to know years ago. So random. And it's like, it's so crazy to the point where I was talking to a guy the other day, and I said to myself, would he think she's prettier than me? And this weird thought came in, and I found the need. I was like, okay, if he thinks if he thinks she's pretty, we can't talk. It was so weird. I was like, of course I'm a logical person, and the smart side of me would be like, girl, what are you doing? What are you saying? You know? But the unhealthy, insecure side of me was like, I need to know this, you know? Yeah, it's so weird. And no matter how many compliments you get as a person, you have to love yourself, or else those compliments will just go whoop, all over your head. It won't matter, because at the end of the day, it's about loving yourself, being content with yourself. You could get all the praise in the world, and yeah, sure, they'll give you temporary happiness. You'd be like, ooh, people think I'm good looking. You know, that's great. But what's going to happen when all those people leave? Or one person says something else, like, you're not good looking. Are you going to let that affect your whole mood? You know? You shouldn't. Of course you shouldn't. But insecure people, that's what happens. You let other people's ideas and views and beliefs completely alter your mood and your belief in yourself. You know, and that's why I think I admire confident people so much, and I look up to them. People that speak their mind and are not afraid, even if it's a controversial topic. Like Kanye West, you know, love him or hate him, you gotta praise him for his confidence. You know, I love that man's ability to just believe in himself. You know, I love that about him. Or Rihanna, like, the woman is confident. And, you know, I find her extremely beautiful, but I used to have people that told me, you know, that she's unattractive, and I was like, what the heck, you know? But of course she would not let that get to her. She doesn't give a crap what people think of her appearance, because she's such a confident, self-loving person. And I think, honestly, that's why, besides her beauty and besides her talent, I think a lot of the reason why she has so many fans is due to her charisma and confidence. And those people I admire for that. And I look up to them. And yeah, it's something I definitely need to work on. And yeah, it's been a little rough for me for the past few weeks, and I just want to do this video just to kind of tell you guys why I haven't been recording much. And yeah, you know, and it's also a bit of a lack of motivation into ASMR. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love ASMR still, but you know, there's always those wavelengths. There's always those waves of time where you kind of venture into something else, and you're like, okay, this was fun before, but now, you know, it happens. We're just human. You know, But of course ASMR is amazing, and hopefully soon I could actually make a real ASMR video. And you know, I've also kind of been uh, discouraged because I don't really have professional equipment, and that could lead to low quality videos. And you know, I wish I could make good quality videos. It's really complicated for me. I don't really have a supportive system. ASMR really isn't something I could just be like, I'm gonna do this to my family and they're gonna be like, oh cool, yay, good for you. Like, no, it's a controversial thing. And um, yeah, talking about that is gonna be something whole bigger story. But basically, I think just to summarize my situation, I could say that I don't really have the freedom to do a lot of things, and the freedom to just be very creative. So that's why my content is limited and my videos are not as high quality as they could be. But hopefully, you know, you never know. Hopefully time would change that and I could make really good, great videos for you guys, because you know, I don't really think of YouTube as something I'm like serious about. You know, it's not like I don't want to think of it as my career or anything, but it's really fun. You know, it's really fun to make. And I actually have another channel where I made one motivational video as well. I could link that below for you guys. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little gross right now. The look. But yeah. And you know, this is just, I love YouTube because you could just talk to people and, you know, even though they're not real life, and still something. That's why I told you, social media could be amazing. You could connect to people you thought you could never connect to. But yeah, I think I should just take a bit of an Instagram break. I think is very much needed for my mental health, you know. And I need to find more things I'm passionate about in real life to keep my mind off things. Yeah. And, you know, I wasn't really feeling well today. This whole day I was just really in a crappy mood, and yeah. And I just decided to put on some lipstick and make a video. Lipstick really does make a girl feel good. I don't have anything else on right now but my lips. Yeah, it still feel confident, like, yeah girl. Yeah, feel a little crazy. But also I just noticed, like, my videos, I don't really try to look good, which is not always the best idea. Like, you know, I tend to look a little bad in my videos. But you know, who cares, right? Who cares about how people look? Psych. Everyone cares, which is sad, which is the problem. But hopefully not all of you do. Hopefully there's good people out there who care about the heart, number one, then the mind. But yeah, I just love people who have a big heart. It's the best thing you could ever have in life. Smartness is great, wit is great, but nothing compares to a pure and good heart. I always strive to be empathetic every day. I always try to put myself in people's shoes and relate to them and understand everyone. Be the shoulder for people to lean on. Always be a helping hand. Those are like my life mottos. And I think I just saw a quote actually from Twitter. I follow this amazing nonprofit organization which raises suicide prevention. And it's called the Buddy Project, which I'll also leave a link. You guys should definitely check it out. And they had this amazing quote, which it just said, if today is, don't let your late night thoughts creep up on you. And that's exactly what I was doing just an hour ago. I was like, I hate my life. And I saw that and I was like, you're right. You know, I shouldn't let this creep up on me. I'm a good person. You know, if I'm not anything, I know I'm a good person. I don't need anyone's opinion for that or anyone's approval. I know in my heart that I'm a good person and I care for others and I try my best to be there for everyone. And I try my best to spread awareness for things like mental health and human rights. And I'm proud of myself for that, You know, that's like my biggest accomplishment. And I don't care if I'm not beautiful. I don't care if I'm not the smartest. I don't care if, you know, my home situation isn't the best, you know, or if I have a weird idea, I don't have the ideal lifestyle. I know I'm a good person. And I thought of that, and honestly made me happy. And I encourage all of you to do the same when you feel down. Think of the one thing that you love about yourself the most. And no one can, you know, make you feel invalid for that. Like if you're good at being a listening ear and you know that, then use that to make yourself feel valued and valuable, I mean. Or if it's that you're good at something like sports, no one can take that away from you. That's something that's special to you, you know? That's unique to you. And my unique characteristic is that I'm empathetic and I'm loving. And I love that about myself, you know? Besides all my struggles of mental health and insecurities and family and all that, I know that I love helping humans. I always try to help humans, and not everyone could do that. So that's already an accomplishment for myself, and I'm proud of myself for that. A little pat on the back, you know? So yeah, I think it's gonna be a really long video now. Yeah, pretty long video. Though with that being said, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I hope that this video could make you guys feel either good about yourselves or help you learn one good thing about yourself, or just if anything, just thank you for being a listening ear. If you got through the end, I appreciate that, because as humans, the worst thing is to feel lonely. No one deserves that. So thank you for watching, and also just remember that this is just the worst day in your head. It's just a bad day. It's not a bad life. Remember that. So have a great evening, everyone.